Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to another Children's Corner this week. It's always good to be back here to think about God's Word and to learn something more about Jesus. Well, I was wondering how many of you like sweets? I'm sure there's nobody who would say no to that. I know in my house, everybody loves to see a tin of sweets. And what's the first thing you do when somebody opens a tin of sweets? Do you just stick your hand in and grab what you can and say, "That's wonderful"? Well, none of us do. Everybody looks to see what the different flavours are, what the different types of sweets are, and then picks out their favourites. So there's certain sweets that always get left behind. And I find when we open a tin of sweets, I'll dive in and eat the plain chocolate ones. Somebody else might eat the strawberry ones or the orange ones or the coffee ones, but there's always one flavour that nobody likes. We have a tin at home that's full of Bounties and Snickers because nobody likes them. And they're always the ones that get left behind, forgotten about, and they sit there in the bottom of the tin and nobody goes back to touch it. But then if another tin comes in, we'll all be straight in again to get our favourites out of it. And maybe it's the taste of them, maybe it's the colour of the wrapping paper. I don't know why we pick certain ones and leave others behind. But most of us are like that, aren't we? We know what we like and we have our favourites. And sometimes in life we can be like that with the people that we come into contact with. We can choose people to be our friends, but we can also choose to dislike people. It's not very nice if you're the one that's not chosen, if you're the one that's left out. Jesus gives us a very simple command, but it's a very hard one for us to follow. He says that we should love one another just as I have loved you, so you also should love one another. Sometimes we need to remind ourselves that everybody we meet is created by God. Everybody we come into contact with is special to God because He made them. But we mightn't like them for lots of different reasons. We might have had a row with them, we might fall out with them, we mightn't want to play with them or spend time with them. But it's important to remember that they are made by God too. That everyone is special to God. Even when we don't like them, they're children of God, they're special by God. And Jesus tells us that we need to love one another because He loves us. He doesn't say love some people. He doesn't even say love the people that are nice to you, the people that are good, the people that are easy to love, the people that you want to be friends with. He says we must love everyone because He has made them and He has died for them. Just as much as He died for you and for me, He died for the people we find really hard to like, the people we find really hard to get on with, the people we find it really hard to be friends with. God bless you. God keep you safe, and see you again next week.